Hey there, Brad back with you, and this video is going to be about stuttering and my belief on what it is exactly. Because I've been watching a few videos on here on YouTube of people that say that they've just accepted their stutter, where it's just a part of them and there isn't anything that they can do about it. When in reality, there really truly is. I mean, if you just think about it, how if you do stutter, which I'm assuming you do since you're here watching this, but think back to times when you've been fluent, whether that's just been with yourself or if you're talking to your mom, your boyfriend. There tends to be times where you're more fluent or you stutter more. And I know for me personally, it's when I set up in my mind to say something specific before it even comes out of my subconscious. Because we usually speak from our subconscious, where we have a vocabulary built up and we filter everything through our experiences. So the thoughts that come to mind are basically different patterns that we built up over the years. So say for example the sun setting, and I don't like sunsets. What I would tend to think of and come out would be I'd just be like, oh yeah, sun setting. But if I had a strong belief that I love sunsets, I'd be like, oh, isn't that so beautiful? Isn't that a great sunset? So we have beliefs about our experiences, which creates our perception. Getting back on track though. So, to me, a stutter is basically a habitual pattern that our bodies get into, and that happens physically, mentally. I'm not sure if physically, mentally, and emotionally. So when you're thinking about your stutter, or you're in a tough situation where someone doesn't know you and know about your situation or what you're trying to say, that puts more pressure on you to try to verbally express it, which then you try harder, which is kind of counterintuitive, because speech should be effortless. It shouldn't be a conscious. You shouldn't speak that consciously. You should be thinking about where you want your conversation to go, but not necessarily the exact words, like I still have a habit of doing, which then inside my mind kind of sets up, I sort of run through the next sentence that I want to be saying, searching for words that I know that I have difficulty with, which really varies, but those are usually M's, B's, sometimes A's, and I think that's about it. But so that whole pattern can be reprogrammed to the point where you're fluent. And to give a quick example of that, if I sing or if I talk in a kind of sing-song type of manner, I don't stutter. So if I were to be going through and just kind of singing through all the words, I'd be able to say pretty much anything that I wanted to. But what's funny is I still have the same brain that's speaking, and this is just much more fluent because I'm kind of in a different neural pathway, and so that kind of gives you an idea of what's possible. So with that being possible, now we just have to figure out what triggers the stutter, what helps, and then kind of find out how to go through with the help of self-hypnosis and practice to begin to reprogram the body and the mind to not get into that maladaptive practice of locking up certain muscles, your vocal cords. I've also heard about some other type of, I believe it's called the Valsalva muscles, where if you're trying to lift a weight and you flex all those muscles, you get the sensation where you can lift more weight. Like, for example, where you're lifting the weight, where this is all tense, and if you actually try to do that and speak, it's not possible. So that's also a source that I've explored. But really, when it all comes down to it, it comes down to being relaxed and letting everything flow. And there are a lot of techniques that I will get into that have helped me, and I really truly hope can help you too. If you haven't yet, please subscribe by clicking up above on the subscribe button. Like this video if you found a little value. I realize it was a little rambly. Until next time though, my name's Brad, and let's work together to overcome our stutters. Thank you.